Joyce Meyer is known around the world for her passionate sermons, intelligence, and wit. She's followed by millions and never seems to be at a loss of words. Whether you agree with women being pastors or not, Joyce Meyer has not missed a beat and continues to shape the views of people around the world. At the age of 79, it's clear that she's secure in who she is and with her relationship with God. One could say that she's extremely charismatic, and her personality, guided by God's grace, has helped her remain consistent, and that's why she's been able to remain relevant in ministry for decades. I actually have watched a few of her videos, but can't say that I'm an avid follower of her ministry. I want to say that the last time I actually sat down and watched one of her sermons in its entirety was about 9 years ago, so that shows you how much I actually follow her. From what I can tell, her following mostly consists of middle-aged women who love her southern personality and ability to move the crowd with her passionate speeches. Being hailed as a celebrity pastor and woman, it's no surprise that she's getting a lot of attention for her latest actions related to tattoos. And that leads us into today's video. Joyce Meyer seemingly does an about-face on her opinion about tattoos, surprisingly adding to the scriptures about tattoos and getting a few tattoos herself. In one of her most controversial videos, she spread the word about tattoos, how people feel about them, and what the Bible has to say on the subject. In the first couple of minutes of her sermon, she shows the attitude of believers regarding tattoos, showing that certain people are quick to judgment that anybody with a tattoo, no matter where it is located on their body, is doomed to an eternity in hell. Despite the fact that there is a passage in the Bible that seems to endorse tattoos, she previously spoke out against this practice. The preacher has unveiled Isaiah 49:16, in which God boasts that he knows every believer's fingerprints by heart. She also has shown off a brand new tattoo she just got, which was done by an artist who had previously given up the craft out of discouragement. However, after hearing her stance on tattoos, the artist decided to return to work on her again. For many years, people have confused biblical holiness with a list of rules to follow. The ideal of holiness became not smoking, not drinking, not cussing, not dancing, not playing cards, not going to parties, not wearing pretty clothes, not wearing any makeup, no jewelry, not having a nice hairstyle, and more. You had to cut or not cut your hair depending on which brand or religion you followed. And you definitely couldn't have a tattoo, or if you're a man, put an earring in your ear. That kind of behavior would just put the religious people over the edge. But did you know that in Isaiah 44:5, the Amplified version, it says, "One will say, I'm the Lord's, and another one will write, even brand or tattoo upon his hand, I am the Lord's." In Isaiah 49, it says that God has a picture of you tattooed on the palm of his hand. How cool is that? If I got a tattoo, I would get one just to make religious demons mad. For years, I lived in so much bondage from legalism. Everything about legalism is something you can't do. But let me tell you something. It's not boring to serve God. It is so much fun, and there is so much you can do. And not only that, you can enjoy all of it. Despite everything that she said, we must take a look at what Isaiah 44 verse 5 actually says. And of course, there's multiple translations, so we're not confused. According to the NIV, the passage reads, "Some will say, I belong to the Lord. Others will call themselves by the name of Jacob. Still others will write on their hand, the Lord's, and will take the name Israel." The New King James Version says, "One will say, I am the Lord's. Another will call himself by the name of Jacob. Another will write with his hand, the Lord's, and name himself by the name of Israel." The NLT says, "Some will proudly claim, I belong to the Lord. Others will say, I am a descendant of Jacob. Some will write the Lord's name on their hands and will take the name of Israel as their own." And last but not least, let's look at what the ESV says. "This one will say, I am the Lord's. Another will call on the name of Jacob, and another will write on his hand, the Lord's, and name himself by the name of Israel." So as you can see by reading these different verses, they do not directly say the word tattoos. Look, I don't have an issue with people getting tattoos. I personally do not have any. but I know a lot of God-fearing Christians who have tons of tattoos, and I don't look at them any differently than someone who does not have tattoos. You may disagree, but in my opinion, tattoos are not a heaven or hell issue. Of course, some are unwise by the specific markings that they get on their bodies, but who am I to say thou shalt not get tattoos? That's just absurd. Life is about finding a balance between holiness, living set apart, and freedom. Having said all of this, some of you will say, well, the book of Leviticus specifically warns us against getting tattoos. Leviticus 19 and 28 is about marks for the dead. And the interesting thing about Leviticus is that no one seems to put the book into its proper context. Many people gloss over the text and have no clue of what went on at that time. Leviticus contains the laws God gave his people while they were camped at Mount Sinai, shortly after Moses received the Ten Commandments. Chapter 19 is about the moral laws of that time. Now let's look at Isaiah 49 verse 16 and see if the word tattoos is found there. And the ESV reads, "Behold, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me." The NLT says, "See, I have written your name on the palms of my hands." Always in my mind is a picture of Jerusalem's walls in ruins. The NIV says, "See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." And the King James Version says, "See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me." Now that we've broken down what the verses say in various translations, let's not attack Joyce Meyer. It's always a blessing to see people have different viewpoints after the scales of religion come down. Freedom and liberties have been debated since the beginning of time and will forever be a hot topic. It's helpful for us all to have a solid foundation of theology as it relates to grace and freedom. It's dangerous when Christians go to the extremes with liberties because, as we've seen before, that's when religious cults take form. To set the record straight, I do not have an issue with tattoos, but I do have an issue with people twisting the scriptures and getting them to fit within their own agenda. If you have a tattoo, more power to you. And with everything, let's all be wise in whatever we partake in. So let's hear from you. What's your take on Joyce Myers and her message about tattoos? Your questions, comments, and concerns are greatly appreciated. And if there's a particular video that you'd like for me to create next, feel free to leave your feedback below as well. If you're currently struggling with any personal development or relationship issues and would like to speak with me, please email me now at lifecoachjscott@gmail.com to take advantage of your free 1-hour coaching session. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when my videos are released. It was an honor speaking with you in this video, and I can't wait to hang out with you in the next. Take care and always strive to remain set apart.